the NFL on EA Sports.
Strap in, this will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7, and he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They go play action. It's McNabb. And incomplete to open things up. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now it's McNabb.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd down, Vick again.
He's going to look deep here for Ward.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the 1st quarter. But in the 2nd quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or 2. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, McNabb. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. McNabb. He finds his man, complete. It's Fletcher. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A play fake. Now McNabb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see.
Vic goes play action. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30.
Prime time, baby.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there, survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So we've reached half. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. So here are the Eagles to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. Off the play fake, Vic. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Vic. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Vic now from the 50. He'll get this to Ward. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Play action now, Vic. It's caught, Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. Now here's Vic. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. And we're back now in Charlotte. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now a first down throw, McNabb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, McNabb. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Fletcher. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On first down, it's McNabb. He finds his man, complete. That's Clayton.
So it's a victory here.